So this is gonna be a review for you, Monic, on your tank play, um, your main tank play and whatnot. I feel like after watching you play quite a bit, I definitely have a number of things I can um, point out or try to help you with on not just your Ryan play, but particularly your monkey play. Um, I never was like super great with Ryan. I never actually was like a master's Ryan, but on Winston I was like between 3600 and 3900 when I played him a lot on him and Orisa. So I definitely have quite a bit of experience playing Winston, and I noticed quite a few things that you could definitely be doing a bit better. Um, so get into it. So right here you sort of fuck up your jump. You kind of notice that there's a lot of them up there. You don't want to take a lot of damage. You end up going around the long way. That's not really that bad of a play. You get booped off here. It's kind of unfortunate. Not really ideal. You pretty much, for the most part, want to be sticking with your diva, but honestly, it's more of the diva's responsibility to be sticking with you than it is for you to be sticking with your diva. So that's not so much on you. Nothing really terrible about that, about that engagement right there. Not much to point out. It was pretty okay from you. You did get booped and whatnot a lot, and you when you went to go in first, you kind of obviously felt worried because there were so many of them on the high ground. That or you just had trouble getting up. I don't know. Maybe it was the latter thing, but in either case, not that big of a deal. So you go to high ground. Obviously, it's I do not like that you dropped from high ground right there. So I'm gonna pause here for a second. All right, we can go back here. All right, Winston on high ground. Winston and Diva particularly on high ground is really good because you can just sit there and do a lot of damage, and especially if they're running tanks that aren't dive tanks, they can't really do a whole lot to you. So in this case, the Diva and the Winston and the Lucio can get to high ground pretty quickly, and then obviously they can go and jump on the ramp to get to high ground. But you drop way too early here. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but you drop here. All right. Now there was no reason for you to drop here. The enemy hadn't pushed in. They weren't contesting the point. It's not like you had taken a lot of damage and needed to drop off the high ground to survive. You should have maintained high ground here. You need to maintain high ground until you see a target to go on to or something like that. And having high ground is really useful because you can just drop on the enemy and maintain and not have to use your jump ability, so that you can use that to get away if needed. That's one of the great things about high ground is if they come in, they start contesting point, you can drop on them, do some damage, they get you low, you just jump out. But here you kind of wasted that by dropping, and then they do dive, and you have to use your jump to get back to high ground instead of saving it to use later. So you drop up, but we end up winning this fight because Monkey's dumb. He jumps by himself. We just melt him. You go in. Okay, now this was not really the best play from you. Now you had to primal here to survive. All right, so popping primal obviously was the optimal thing to do. Honestly, though, what probably would have been better instead of primaling is to have just backed off a little bit, especially since we were on one, or since we were up one. So we killed the monkey. At this point, you start going after Lucio, and you were very focused on trying to get the Lucio, which is understandable, especially sometimes playing main tank. But what I would have done is probably seeing that they had a lot of people grouped up here, I would have played a little bit back and tried to regroup with my team instead of going in, or regroup with the team, and fight out either a poke war or wait until the team can kind of engage together. Since it was just kind of you and me over here by ourselves, I don't think there were any other people like close to us. There may have been like one that I didn't see. We'll have to, yeah, Shrek was over here. That was it. So it was just Shrek, me, and you. So, anyways, let's go ahead and play some more. So you pop Primal. Alright. Not the worst thing in the world, you know. You get the Ana off, and then kill Lucio. Now, you know, primaling there did obviously win us the fight quite a bit faster. You know, it may have been unnecessary to pop primal, but then again, we did only pop that ult, so once again, you know, maybe could have played that, you know, a little differently, but honestly, that's not the biggest deal in the world. It's definitely not one of the, you know, the big things that I saw that you could work on. That was just, you know, kind of whatever. Okay, so here, alright, here you should have used your jump ability to do damage to the enemy, especially when you're on this Ana right here. Alright, what I would have done is I would have just done a short jump on top of her. Alright, especially since we're up, you know, you had quite a bit of health. You're not really in a position to use your jump to get away anyways, and they're already down people and are backing out. Now a lot of us were antied, but I would have used my jump to jump on her. That will do, I believe, a maximum of like 70 up to 70 damage. I might be wrong on that number. If you get on top of her, plus if you melee, like if you jump melee, I believe it's up to 70 damage onto her, and then of course you can Tesla cannon, and you know Brig is on her as well. But because you didn't do that, she just kind of got to sleep off. I mean, she may have slept you anyway, but she probably would have died if you had used your jump to do extra damage. That's one thing I was noticing, was the only time you seem to jump and do damage was jumping to high ground. Now I might be wrong on that because I haven't watched a huge amount of your Winston play, but we'll just continue and we'll see if we do more of that. Okay, so here you go for their back line. This is a really pretty aggressive dive. Pretty sure it doesn't work out too. Let's just play through it. Okay, so you go for the Ana. You get the Ana, which honestly should not have happened. You cover the bomb, which is great. Alright, they get on the point. They beat. Okay, you get back. Okay, this is a big mistake. So you primal here. Alright. How much health did you have too? Great level on the grab, or the bomb. Okay, so you come back here. You're full health, alright? The monkey primals, and you sort of just instinctively, as soon as you build ult primal, okay? Now, primaling when you have full health is never anything you want to do as monkey, alright? You know, 95% of the time, you just don't want to primal as monkey if you have full health, because you pretty much do as much damage, you know, just in your, you know, outside of primal with your Tesla cannon and jumps and whatnot. So you should usually wait until you're about 200 health, 150 health, and then pop primal, you know, to just stay alive. You should almost never pop primal in a situation like this. All right, and then the other big thing, a huge thing with Winston too, is target selection. So, you know, you can, when you're going for poke, obviously you can, you know, poke tanks and things like that. But especially when you're primaling, you want to focus on squishies. All right, and here you go after the Winston, which is honestly a really, really That's probably the poorest target you could attack when you're primaling like this, because you're not going to do that much damage to him. You will maybe keep him a little preoccupied, but honestly, that's not really worth it. Um, Especially since he's just primaling by himself on the point right here. What you should have done was, gone back over to where they were, back over to their back line, and start primaling on their supports or something. And then maybe, jump back if they, damage you a whole lot. But honestly, you shouldn't have even popped primal here. You should have saved the primal, simply done some damage to him, and save your primal here. There was no reason to use your primal here. And it's going to cost us here in a little bit. You'll see how it costs us. Actually, yeah, this is where it costs us. So that primal gets pretty much no value, or it doesn't get any value. All right, you kind of just wasted it. You didn't need to use it at the time. All right, and then watch what happens. So you start getting melted. All right, here you could have popped primal, or you could have been in a better position and not take damage. So you get back. All right, you go get the mega, I think. All right, they take points. So you go ahead and you just die here. Alright, so there's one primal wasted.
Further experimentation required.
And like I said again, your target selection needs to be, way different than that. Going after another primaling Winston, unless he's like the last target on the point, or one of the last targets on the point, you just don't want to do that. Okay, so our old grab gets eaten. That's unfortunate. D.Va, if there's someone in your back line, yeah, go for that target. Oh man, you're super low. Okay, we lose this fight. Not much you could do there. It's hard to play Winston, into goats from a, like playmaker's perspective. If you want to be like a playmaker on Winston, just because, really the only way to get value is to knock people into, pits and things like that. Just because the enemy has so much sustain, it's hard to do much to them with the Tesla cannon, and they'll have armor and things like that a lot of the time. So you push up. You mess up your jump here. Not ideal. Could have saved that jump. I don't really think there's any reason. Okay, and then you primal again. And there was no reason to primal here once again. Alright, so let's go back. Let's see what health you are on. Alright. So I believe you were pretty much full health when you primal here. So you go down a little bit. Alright. Mess up your jump. Alright. Yeah, you're on 500 health when you primal here. Alright, that is another just really bad primal. Okay, so once again, you do pretty much the same amount of damage, or you do the same amount of damage when you're not primaling, when you're just in your regular form. The only advantage to primaling is that you can boot people back, but like I said, you want to save that primal, especially when you're on full health. So that was a bad primal. You should have just saved that. All right, so you go for the Ana. I don't think she ends up dying here. No, she gets out. So once again, another primal wasted, doesn't get any value. All right. The only thing you really did there was kind of preoccupy the enemy team, but like some of the enemy team. But honestly, that's rarely worth it. All right. And so here it costs us. Now you jump in with half health. This is a pretty bad jump since you only had half health, and you're jumping into an Ana, Brig, D.Va, Winston. And once again, at this point, you could have had primal and used primal, and that would have got you up to full health. And you can see, obviously, the D.Va is really low. You could have gone in, done more damage, knocked people into our team. You could have done a lot more had you saved that primal. Okay, so you go low, you have to back up. Now we grab here, and you're only 20 health, right? Once again, if you had that primal, even if you had popped it just a little bit ago, you would have had plenty of health to do more follow-up on this grab, but because you already popped that primal, in a completely unnecessary spot, you really can't do anything here. If you go in, you're just going to die. you know, so, but if you sit back here, you're not going to get any value on the grav. The better thing would have been to just to sit back here, obviously, because if you go in, you're just going to die, and it's going to, you know, be a waste. Now you jump in here, right, on 140 health. You know, I'm not like that's fine, but you know, like I said again, if you had saved your primal, that would have been a lot better. Because once again, you could have gotten value from it. So you end up just dying. And because of that, there was a good. We would have had a much better chance of winning the fight if you had not popped that primal so early and then an unnecessary spot. Okay, now I think we do. No, we don't end up winning this map. So honestly, your primal usage were those were the two biggest mistakes I saw in your play. Was you used your primals poorly, and then you also on one of your primals had extremely poor target selection, because you were just primaling into the other primaling monkey, which once again you're not going to get any value from that. He's going to stay up unless your whole team is focusing him, which was definitely not the case because our team was pushed up into their team. And on top of that, you basically just instinctively primaled, and then you primaled into him, which is a bad call. I think you do like 40 damage per swipe with Winston, or maybe it might not even be that much. But you also do jump damage, so you do a decent amount of damage, when you're primaling, but you do basically the same amount of damage when you're not primal. Maybe a little less. And I am actually really fucking thirsty. Hang on, I'm gonna get some water.
Mic off. Mic on.
2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Okay, now honestly on ball, I'm not by any means an expert. I'll go ahead and just watch you play ball, but honestly, I probably don't have any like really good tips for you on ball, because I was never like a huge ball player. Go in, slam. I mean, it's to me like you're doing the right thing here. At high ground, do some damage. Yeah, honestly, you know what? I think I'll probably just skip this until you either swap or something, because I'm not gonna have any good input for you on ball. And honestly, I think you do better on ball than I would ever do. Wow, than I would do right now, for sure. 'Cause I don't have much ball experience. This was the map, I guess. Yeah, spin in to win. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do on the ball. Just spin to win. Huge slam. Okay, I'll give you some Ryan tips, might as well. Like I said, Ryan is definitely not one of my better heroes. I'm probably like a 3200, 3300 Reinhardt.
3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Alright, so you go in here, you get bubbled. push pretty aggressively, but you know, come back, stabilize. Now, okay, now you should have waited till you had more health there, but stay up anyways. Pushing in 200 health, really sketchy. I'm not surprised you ended up dying there. Sitting back and holding shield would have been a better thing. I think you're a little too aggressive. So yeah, maybe managing watching your health a little bit better. You know, obviously, don't be afraid to let your shield go to 0. You know, sometimes if it's needed, you know, if you're really low on health or something like that. But obviously, if you do have some, you know, cover to back up to, you know, use that. Okay, so early shatter there. Did that connect? I'm pretty sure it did connect with some people. Big shatter from you. Hang on. I need to there we go. So let's watch this for a second, just so I can see if that shatter connected with anyone. Even if it did, I don't think it really mattered. Okay, so you got booped, and Donkey was holding shield. Alright, I got shattered, or, you know, Jiro, is Jiro on Zarya? Jiro got shattered. But we had Trans, you know, Donkey bashed Tash back, so that wasn't bad. And plus, you got booped out of the way, so even if you had been holding your shield, it was probably inevitable that one of us would have gotten, you know, stunned. And the Ryan had, you know, shatter pretty quickly. Now you were at 70-ish, I don't know, 65-ish%. One thing that you can do a little bit better to try and, you know, like identify when the other Ryan has ult is watch like how many people get hit by his fire strike, and, you know, things like that. But, you know, that can be hard to do, so, you know, it's understandable that you wouldn't, you know that he had shatter there. And once again, he got booped. You get a good shatter onto the Ryan, then he gets booped in the well. Okay, alright, everybody saw this. Let's watch this again. Cause this happens a lot, actually. This happens more than it should. Okay, so you get the good shatter off. They bomb, alright, and it's way above us. Now, one thing, as Ryan, whenever there's a bomb going off, you gotta immediately figure out where it is and block it, alright? So you're just swinging here, alright? It was in front of you, alright? And I believe it goes behind your shield. Let's watch. Oh! Rip. Okay. So, get down, kitty. You know, one thing here is whenever there's a bomb coming down, don't walk towards the bomb. Alright? Be backing away slowly from where the bomb is coming down. So hang on. Let's watch this again a little bit. Alright, so what were you doing? But when that bomb went, see, you're walking towards the bomb. Don't walk towards the bomb. That's a bad idea. Alright, now I can understand if the bomb isn't moving, you know, if the bomb isn't moving, you can confidently walk towards it, and, you know, that's not a big deal, and you don't have to worry about, you know, it coming past you. And the advantage of that, of course, is that you cover more area behind you by walking closer towards it, and so your teammates are more likely to survive. But if the bomb is like moving, you know, cover it, but walk slowly away from it. Don't walk towards it. The bomb is moving, especially when it's in the sky like that. Okay, hold shield, back up a little bit, but instead you push towards, dead. Okay. So after that, we lose the fight. They got 3 kills, and then they use grab. Rough. Okay, so good job. You could have used your fire strike maybe a little bit more there. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's back up just a little bit. Okay. And don't take everything like I say, like, I'm gonna give you shit for, like, oh, you missed this shatter, or you missed blocking this shatter. But once again, obviously, you know, nobody's perfect and you're gonna miss shatters from time to time, so, you know, that's fine. How do I always forget how to, here we go. Oh, that's weird. Ooh, this looks really, really crazy. Alright, let's play. Okay, so you're swinging. Now, I'm gonna guess you're probably not thinking much about whether the enemy Ryan has shatter or not. And here, like you can see, he's at 57%, so he charges it pretty quickly. I'm gonna guess he lands like a really massive fire strike here. Yeah, he landed a pretty big fire strike. They gave him 20%. And then, yeah, he got it up in like fucking 5 seconds. But the thing is, you have to remember, Ryans can do that. Like, you can get that much charge as Reinhardt sometimes really, really fast. But obviously trying to be mindful about whether he's shatter. And if you think he has shatter, you know, in a lot of those situations, it's good just to hold shield for longer periods of time. Swing a couple, hold shield. Swing once, hold shield. Fire strike, hold shield. Don't go in just swinging and swinging and swinging, because that's when you're gonna get shattered. Wow, dude, the timing on that. You drop shield right as he shattered. Let's look at how close this was. Damn. Right as the shatter was coming down, you drop shield. Okay, so that was a pretty bad play on your part. Especially since he was in the animation of fire striking, and then the second that his hammer landed on the ground, like literally the nanosecond his hammer landed on the ground, you drop shield. So that's a reaction time deal, because I'm sure that you were already planning or about to, lower your shield, and then you did it right before he hammered. And that's, I guess, just something you have to kind of practice at a little bit more is, oh, don't lower your shield right as he hammers. If he's already hammering, and he's in the hammer animation, try and, have quicker reactions. That's all I can say about that one, I guess. Kind of unfortunate. May get destroyed there. Once again, though, if you think he has shatter, hold that shield up a lot of the time because there's a good chance that he'll just shatter into your shield. If you swing in a couple and then back up and hold shield, you'd be surprised how many Ryans would do that, especially at this elos, just shatter into shield. Okay, now he doesn't have shatter here, so you can just go in and be really aggressive. That shatter was maybe a little aggressive. Now, I do believe we got the kill because of that shatter. So hang on, because we got the kill onto the Zen. Okay, so you shattered. Oh, you had already shattered here. Hang on. Let's back up a little bit. Alright, you pin, do a little bit of damage. They got you a lot of ult charge. And okay, so you shattered like just the instant you got it. Now watch this. The enemy Ryan immediately pops up with his shield. Okay, so he's having quicker reaction times on popping shield with the shatter. Notice also the Zarya has her bubble up here, so you're not going to get a lot of value with this shatter. It's not really going to be a playmaking shatter. I do believe it got value because it hit the Zen, and I'm pretty sure I was able to get a kill on the Zen because of that. Yeah, you hit the Zen. Alright. So the Zen was low, and then you can see me on the right here. I just pushed the Zen and killed him. Alright, yeah, and I got the kill onto the Zen. Alright, so that Shatter got value. Because I was in position to follow up with it. Not, it's not good practice to just, as soon as you build Shatter, use it, unless you're in a good spot and you just happen to know you're in a good spot to use it. But once again, not a bad Shatter. You did get value from it. And oftentimes, just getting, one kill off the Shatter, makes the difference in a team fight. But we were up here, so. And you're at 57% to your next Shatter. So at this point, you need to be thinking about the Reinhardt Shatter again, because it's been a little while since he used it, and you were in a team fight, and you're at 65%, and you use Shatter after him. So, if I were playing Ryan right now, I'd be like, okay, the Ryan probably has Shatter, so I need to be watching for that. The other thing too, by like calling it in comms, is you'll get other people to think about it a little bit and be like, oh yeah, he does have Shatter, or I'm pretty sure he does have Shatter, or no, I saw him use Shatter, in case you didn't see him use it. Now, obviously, most of the time you're gonna know he uses Shatter just because it makes a lot of fucking noise, but still, just in case you didn't see me use Shatter or didn't know it or whatever. And then once again, because you're not thinking about whether he has Shatter or not, you're just swinging into him and he just shatters us again. All right. What you need to be doing is you need to be thinking about whether he has Shatter, and if he does, hold your shield. Just hold it, and then swing him once, maybe twice. Hold shield again. All right. But he's getting these free shatters because you're not really thinking about if he has Shatter or not. Swing, dead. Alright. Faster reaction time, and being a little less aggro, backing up more when you know he has Shatter, give him space, hold your shield. Call it out too. Alright, and off that we're gonna lose the fight. Maybe. Maybe we don't lose the fight here. No, we don't. We pull it back. Maybe. Yeah, we do pull it back. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because we had the grab too.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield.
Okay, so now you know he's used Shatter, so you can be comfortable with playing a little more aggro into him because he shouldn't have Shatter. See, this is what you should be doing. Right there is what you should be doing a little bit more of if he has Shatter. Now, obviously, you want to be careful and you want to be kind of like being a little more conservative with your shield because you don't want to get it bursted down so much that, he gets a free Shatter off because you don't have the shield, but, still. Alright, now he's done a... Okay, so I'm guessing you preemptively did this because you figured they were going to push, but you ended up not getting anything with it. So the preemptive shatters sometimes can get a lot of value. A lot of the times, though, they don't get value. And sometimes they can just look outright bad. So, like, I can remember in the Shock versus Titans match, there was this one part at which super thought on Paris that the enemy team was going to push through the left room while he was on point. And so he just shatters into the left room, and literally none of them were there. And so, like, the casters and everybody were like, what the fuck was that shatter, And he had a reason that he, did that shatter because he figured they'd be coming through the left room, but it went completely wasted. If you want to watch a good main tank, like a main tank that is generally pretty consistent with shatters, Super obviously is good to watch. Bumper is good to watch. Fusions is also really good to watch. Fusions on the Boston Uprising. He's very patient and methodical with his shatters. So watching his shatters are pretty cool. Who else? Fact Fiction. Fact Fiction overall is just really. I really like his tank play overall. He probably out of all of the American tanks um, that are played regularly in the Overwatch League, he tends to be the most consistent. I wouldn't say he's like the biggest playmaker in the world, but he's very consistent. Muma, for example, is probably a bit of a bigger playmaker, but Muma makes mistakes quite a bit at the time. I wouldn't say quite a bit at the time. He's generally pretty consistent, but he definitely makes more mistakes than Fact Fiction does, and he has off games and things like that. Um, and then of course Super is also kind of inconsistent. Sometimes he plays like a god, other times not so well. But when he's in his A game, when he brings his A game, when he's playing against a team he knows is really tough, he just tends to do really well. But I don't know. Watching other Ryans, like just watching their gameplay and watching what they do, and main tanks in general, that really helps with main tank play. That's a lot of what I did. I watched mostly Fact Fiction, but I watched a lot of his play, and that really helped me improve, especially my Winston, because at the time I was watching him, Winston was really meta. Okay, so your berry gets destroyed here. They have Shatter. I'm guessing you're probably not too aware of it. Now they're not in a good position to use it. Did, again? Oh, did you get stunned here? Hang on. Hang on. Alright, we're gonna watch this again. Okay, so you have blocked one shatter? Have you blocked any shatters this game? I'm trying to remember. Hang on.
Pass into the iris.
So you got your shield. Oh, are you stunned here? You are not stunned. So you got stunned because you brought your shield. Yeah, you got stunned from the shatter. Dude, oh my god. See, you keep, like, right as he shatters, even when he's already in his shatter animation, he's already shattering, alright? And right as his hammer goes down, you drop shield. Happening once is unfortunate. Happening twice, it's pretty, ugh. It's not the best in the world. All right, but it is just one game, so obviously it's bad to just count all of what's happening off of one game. So, and then I don't know why the fucking replay does this replay mechanic, but it stops before the game is actually over. So, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and let's pull up second game. Volskaya.
Traveling to Volskaya.
This is Volskaya, our attack. We did pretty good on defense on this map. F7? Well, okay.
Attackers incoming.
How long is this video so far? I have no idea. I wish I had like a timer on me. I didn't like keep track of when I actually started this. I don't want it to be like super long though. I guess I could just go over all the maps, and if you want to watch the whole thing then you can, and then I'll have like a little summary at the end.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective
Okay, we'll watch some ball play. You got good ball play though. Doing damage. Staying alive. Slamming them. I'm just gonna skip. I don't. I'll just skip past your ball play. Do you play ball this whole match? No, no, you slug her. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Cause I can't help you with your ball play. My ball is okay, but I've barely played ball, and your ball looks fine, I think. But I don't really know much about ball. Okay, so you're not really holding a shield here as we approach. That's fine. They don't really have any. They don't have like a widow or anything, so no biggie there. And they're using a Winston instead of a Reinhardt, so you don't have to worry about shatter or anything. Big charge. Now you are antied. When did you get antied there again? Bubbles popped on you, we popped, so you immediately hold shield, but yeah, okay, that's just, what you gonna do there? That's just a big rip. Antied and fucked. Oh well. Missed your fire strike, not ideal. It's okay though. You know, I don't think I did much ult calling this game. I wish I had comms, but I am pretty sure I did very little ult calling. So poo-poo on me. Big shatter. It's easier to get big shatters when you don't have a Ryan, which is cool. Alright, he holds shield. We get fucked. Once again, not much we can do there. Yeah, we didn't have any defensive support ults. What's your Man, we were really getting fucked here. You know, playing into their comp that they have here, like a diva would be, like if we had a bomb there, we could have followed up much better on that shatter that you got. It's kind of unfortunate. Does Donkey die here? No. Okay. Okay, alright, so yeah, as soon as we got a good beat, I would have started to back up when you got. Oh god. Yeah, you're playing a little bit too aggressively, especially when you get antied. But just in general too. Honestly, you didn't like make any like really big mistakes here. Other than just, you know, being a little too aggressive. Maybe target selection. I don't see anything like super wrong with that though. Alright, so you charge here, you get the Zarya. She got healed, that's unfortunate. You're getting whittled down by this fucking We double support ulted for the win. All. The other thing too is we were using Jiro on Zarya. I wonder, I haven't looked at Jiro Zarya, but I don't know. Okay, so Jiro's, I don't know if he plays a lot of Zarya. Replays. Let's go to defense. Defense, we full held them. We did good here.
Traveling to Volskaya.
We're in the bunker.
Established. My turn.
Where are you? There you are. There's a kid
Attackers incoming.
mailing like crazy behind me. Orisa was probably my best main tank overall. I mean, honestly, she's pretty easy to play. So,
Attackers
but
incoming. Defend
like the highest I was ever rated on overbuff on Orisa was like top 30 on overbuff, which I was super proud about at the time. Now, obviously, I think that was only like one season that I actually had that. But I was like above XQC and fucking other like super well known main tanks, so I feel pretty good about that. I was playing Orisa. It's probably partly that I had more playtime on that than them at the time. Once again, though, only one season that I was ranked that high. So you're trying to shoot at the ball, it's fine, spam damage. You're focusing a little too much maybe on the back line. I would just be doing like spam damage into team from afar. Obviously if there's no one to shoot out, then, you know, and the Sombras push way up, then you can kind of peel, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, spy chicken, like it. Throwing down the shield. Yeah, mini grabbing, that's good. Okay, there's the fair behind you. Maybe using your mini grab a little bit more is like one thing I'm noticing. Because you get knocked there, you could have shifted to prevent that from happening. You would have faster reactions. Okay, mini grab. You had shield there. You could have thrown that down and survived. We end up still winning this though. Pretty huge EMP. Jiro gets melted though by the Mercy and probably other people. I get a pick onto the Ashe. We did pretty good here, honestly. Considering like what all they used. You come back, you got the shield, you can contest, which is big. Get a pick off of the bomb. Huge damage onto the Pharah. I was wanting to see how your aim is on Orisa. It looks good. Aim is obviously pretty important with Orisa. It's obviously like not the best aim in the world, but it's definitely really good.
60 seconds remaining.
Okay, so you set back up top here, which probably not the most ideal spot to be set. Oh! Close to getting that. Jiro, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, being on the low ground right here is better just so you don't get booped by that Pharah. You should have mini grabbed there. You're definitely not using your mini grab as much as you should be. Shield, shield, shield. Use your shield, use your shield, use your shield. There you go. Oh yeah, Donkey goes fucking off here. Zero gets a pick.
Full speed.
And yeah, Donkey just, like, at this point, Donkey is just fucking them as they come onto the point.
Standing.
Okay, so the thing I would say most about your Orisa play overall is pretty good. Cooldown usage is definitely a little bit of an issue. So, you know, you didn't have bad shifts, but you could have been doing it a little bit more, maybe. Honestly, that wasn't like the biggest deal. I think the biggest deal was your mini grav usage and your shield usage. So there were definitely times at which you could have thrown down your shield, either to to take less damage or things like that, maybe to stay alive. Um, One thing you want to be like on Orisa, one thing you should always be doing is constantly, especially if your shield is down, look at your shield like cooldown. Just constantly be looking at it, and as soon as it comes up, especially if your shield is down, throw it down. You know, even if you're trying to do damage, be looking at that cooldown, even if you're shooting at people, and throw it down as soon as you got it. The second you got it, throw it down. And then of course your mini grav usage. You want to be using the mini grav a lot. Like you want to be using it, pretty constantly. And I did notice there were some times you went a longer period of time without using it. That wasn't honestly the biggest deal in the world. Like I said, your Orisa plays pretty good. Just shield more, and use your mini grav a little bit more. Be watching your cooldowns a little bit more, and you'll get more value from her. The other thing I did notice, did you use Bongo at all here?
Standing.
I mean, sometimes you don't need to use Bongo, but I feel like there's definitely some times you could have used it here, but I wasn't really paying attention. I don't remember. So hang on, let's go back. So when did you get Bongo? You got Bongo. Took you a little while to get Bongo because you didn't have a lot of opportunity here to do damage, so that's fine that you were having trouble charging it up. So you died here, you're halfway to Bongo. It's taking you a while to charge it up, but once again, you weren't for a while in a good spot to do damage. Okay, so you get it up, you probably get it up like right here or something. Okay, so you get it up right here. Alright, let's see. I don't think you ever use it. I mean, sometimes you don't need to use it, but I feel like there maybe was an opportunity for you to use it here. Let's see.
All better. For now.
Daiko, check on the Diva, you're doing great damage. On the Pharah. Dies to McCree. That happens though. You get caught out of position. You get to translocate. You should have mini grabbed there. Mini grab that ball. Alright, shield is down. Okay, so you did ult here. How long did that Bongo last? Where you were, I don't think it was the worst thing in the world to Bongo there. There wasn't like a whole lot of cover you could have put it in that it probably wouldn't have got killed like pretty fast anyways. Okay, so hang on, let's go back here. So you Bongo right here. Alright, your shield's at 311. You're not gonna have a shield for a little while. 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, and survive for a while. Honestly, I think that Bongo is fine. Obviously, a lot of the time you want to put the Bongo in cover, but if you like any of the cover, I think you could have put it in right there. I think it would have just died anyways because they're running a Sombra and a Pharah. They had a good comp to just melt it probably just about anywhere you could have put it there. So behind shield is fine. It's not a big deal.
Heroes never die.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay.
I'm still new at this.
So let's go ahead and go to the next map. Alright. New Bonnie. I gotta take a piss real quick.
Mic off.
A moment will get some peace and quiet. Probably just
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Three, two, one. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright,
Mic on.
I'm back.
Please move behind the barrier.
Okay. So yeah, we ran bunker here. Some pretty simple setup is to just protect the bastion. Ooh, ooh. Good damage. Hear the Sombra. Good healing for her there, or looking for her at least.
Behind my barrier.
Spy check-in.
You're not getting away.
Good mini grab.
For safety, please move behind the barrier.
You know, in these situations where they're just standing out there, even you can kind of save the mini grab. I would like, yeah. Honestly, you've been using it pretty well here so far. Nice.
System malfunction.
Man, their dives were ass here.
You are advised to move behind the barrier. I recommend moving behind the barrier.
Low.
For your safety, please move behind the barrier.
El enemigo está aquí.
You could have been spamming a little bit more here. I mean, but honestly, it doesn't matter that much. Okay, so they come in, they like, they get a huge EMP, and they fucking, well, actually, I EMP. Well, we both EMP. But their EMP got way more value. Like, I got a kill on the Winston, and that's all that happened.
Archiving combat data.
How many ults did they use? They used 3 ults. We used 2 ults, but you swap, so we're, you know, at the same basically number of ults that they have, except that we don't have any support ults. Oh, no, we don't have any ults. Except for Vaughn. We have Vaughn. Okay, so this push was pretty okay. I don't know about that charge. I don't like that charge because there really wasn't anybody behind you and you could have just done more damage. Hammer swings. Okay, well, we get the big EMP. This is like, we all kind of fucked up here. We push them, and they're still on cart. You're doing work, you're getting kills, and then we just we're kind of like, oh shit. Alright. Okay, you should have just held there. You shouldn't have charged in. Honestly, actually, we probably would have died eventually because it was just 3 and they had massive spawn advantage. You could have held there a little bit though. You may have been able to hold. Alright, you got Shatter. They just now swapped to Ryan, so you know that they're not gonna have Shatter. At least I hope you know that early. Anyway, that's what you should do. Huge shatter, fucking massive. I want to watch that shatter again. I like you do the shatter under the cart a lot. That's such a fucking good way to shatter. Yeah, their Ryan is dead, so you just get a free shatter here. Bam. Fucking huge. That's such a good shatter. I like that shatter. Like, it's fucking like really awesome to watch. Just like bam, fucking get 4 kills. Okay. So their Ryan, basically, he's not even close to shatter. He's probably gonna get a charge quick. Big EMP. Charge is fine. Ooh. Okay, you get antied. You're trying to back up. So that was good. That was good on your part. Oh, unfortunate. Okay. But, oh, nothing. We go through that. You get kind of destroyed, but that wasn't too bad. Is that our beat? No, that was their beat. Okay. We beated before that. So, if you had known Ryan had shatter there, you could have been trying to block it, but that wasn't, you know, the worst thing in the world. You were holding shield kind of out in the front, and he came in on the side and shattered, so that was kind of tough. Okay, but you know, oh my god, he's charging shatter quick. This Ryan is so aggressive. Oh, just sleep. Alright. You should be holding shield there since you were low. Now, oh yeah, you get another huge shatter here, especially when the Ryan, because the Ryan is down. The Ryan was playing really aggro this map. Okay. So it's been a little while since you've seen shatter, but you should be thinking about shatter at this point. You know, I would, if it was me, I would be thinking, okay, the Ryan might have shatter here, or he's close to it. Either way. And when I think that, I'm still gonna play like he has shatter, even if I don't think he's quite to it. Yeah. Oh, and he got hacked, so we saw it. We should have been able to call that out. So you can see right now he has shatter because Daiko hacked him. Big plays. Did you? So how did that shatter get anybody? No, you blocked it. It got nothing. Big block. Job cover Diva. I got destroyed here. Okay. Huge shatter. Alright, so the Ryan was really playing so aggro here. And you were definitely punishing it. So he's just swinging, dude. Swinging. Block the shatter. Dude, that was so good. That shatter, the way you time that, where you sit there, you block the Diva ult, The Ryan's charging in. He's not expecting it because we're not even facing him a second ago. He doesn't have shatter. All right, and then you just turn around and boom, fuck them. All right, and on top of that, if he had shattered you while you were blocking the devolt, let's say he had shatter, all right, it only would have gotten you because you were holding your shield against the diva bomb, and most of us were in cover. All right, that was just good. That was so good. Okay, so I guess this is where you fuck up. Now, you should once again be thinking about, hey, when did he last use shatter? Does he have shatter again? They nano him. In this instance, Ryan's really, 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 when they seem to be down and we're pushing them, you have to be really careful about counter shatters, and really try to be mindful about it because they will do it. Bam. And then we get counter shattered and they just fuck us here. Even though we were up. So, which is unfortunate. They got a 5-man shatter there. Damn. If Jiro hadn't gotten shattered too, we would have had trans to stay alive through that, but you can't really blame him for getting shattered there because, we thought we were up. Or we were up, and we got shattered. So that's one of those deals where, it's not really that big of a deal just because, we were up, you were pushing in aggressively. That's definitely a very normal thing to do. Just try to be a little bit more mindful of counter shatters, because they will fuck you. Alright, here, so you charge in, get antis, that's rough. Get bubbled, good. Good job swinging. Fight is really chaotic. So. Big shatter again. I think they still cap. No, they don't cap, do they? Ryan was nowhere to block that. He probably wasn't expecting it.
Ah, huge fucking plays. You did really good this map. Or at least the first half.
Honestly, like, your shatters can be really good a lot of the time. It's really just blocking shatters that you seem to struggle with a lot, and being mindful of when the enemy has shatter. And then sometimes, you get a little bit too aggressive with your shatter, but other times you time it fucking perfectly. You keep it and you time it perfectly. This is a great fucking map from you. Gonna get to watch some more Winston play. It's cool.
Keep up with me?
Okay, if I were you, I would have stuck with your supports a little bit more there, just to absorb damage, to make sure that they get across. Obviously it didn't matter because all the supports got through. I'm pretty sure we fuck them here on first fight. So let's see. So you're really low here. You don't dive in, that's good. You just cover with bubble and play fairly safe. You're getting healed up. You play really well here. You still die, but honestly, that's fine. I blame Jiro. Jiro should have been healing you. That's who I blame. I mean, obviously Jiro's been doing a shitload of healing because he's already at 94%, so, but whatever.
Enemy turret's not gonna bother us anymore.
Oh, missed the jump. Fuck you. You should have landed that jump. Just kidding. It's fine. You gotta jump to that ledge.
Escort the payload.
Keep the payload in motion.
Okay, time to back out. Yep, you get the memo. You back out. Zero heals you. And then I died stupidly. Shouldn't have died there. Alright, not much you could have done there. That was fine.
Re-engaging.
I don't think was our shot calling good this map? I don't even remember, and I can't really know because I don't have comps. Oh my god. Oh yeah, I remember. We that was a good combo from Daiko and Donkey. Donkey cleaning up. Donkey's Sombra play seems quite a bit better this map. Seems like it's improved drastically since I saw him play it last. I mean, I haven't watched it at all, but you know, that's what it seems like. Okay. Alright, this was actually really good. Now you did Primal here. I bladed at the same time. I was a little annoyed because you boot targets away from me, but I still managed to get 2 picks. I nearly got the Ana. It's honestly stupid. She was 1. I should have fucking been able to finish her off. Now you did go a little aggressive here. So let's see this. Let's see this. So you Primal, push in. Alright. Alright, I killed the Mega. Alright, so as soon as you saw that you were 3 on, at this point you should have jumped back. Alright? But instead you jumped like in. Alright, so obviously, like you can tell there, I'm guessing you weren't paying attention to your health, but you should have gone back to your team. I wasn't paying attention to my health either. I was just really fucking focused on trying to kill the Ana because she was 1, and I had like no idea there was all these players behind me. But honestly here, let's see this. So you jump in. Alright, I got the deflect kill. You push in, doing damage. Okay, time to jump. You should have jumped out right there, right? And you saw that there was a bunch of players there, so you should have saw that and immediately jumped out. All right, and we end up having to back up because of that and me dying. Although I don't know, if you had jumped back, we probably would have gotten a little bit more of the point. Okay. Oh, so you fucking here, don't you? Oh, so low. Oh no, this is the fight where you fuck him. Let me watch that again real quick. I see it. Nanoed. Honestly, you should have stayed closer to the point, because there were targets on the point you could have dealt with. So watch, yeah, you come here, we demech the diva, she gets fucked. Alright. Genji's on the point. Yeah, you shouldn't have used your jump here. You know, you were close enough to them, you might as well have saved your jump and stayed closer to the cart. And their Genji was on the cart. I think their Ana was on the cart too, or really close to it. So yeah, you shouldn't have dove over here. So this was kind of a mistake. We'll just go ahead and continue. And then you're like, oh, trying to live, but not much we can do there, or you can do there. I think, yeah, we still end up pushing off this. Dude, I got the Ana solo, and I couldn't fucking hit her to kill her. Right there. I think I killed her later. Okay, yeah, I did finish her off. Never mind.
EMP activated.
Overall, so you obviously made some mistakes, like you should have jumped out. You should have been paying attention to your health more. You know, when you primaled back there a little bit. Your primal wasn't bad either. It did boop some targets away from me, but you know, you were super low when you jumped in. I would have primaled in that case too. So there was nothing wrong with that. Um, Overall, you did fine on that map. I wouldn't say you did outstanding on Winston. Um, but then again, you did fine, and you weren't a lot of the time you weren't in like a really good position to do much. Your jumps could have maybe been a little bit better. One thing that here I want see I don't sometimes I don't pay attention to like other things going on here. So I want to let me just like watch the first point and see something real quick. Okay, so good pick. Now you had jump here. All right, how long did you have jump? I want to see this. So you had jump. Now I think you were pretty low here though. All right, you're pretty low, so sitting back here is fine. Yeah, honestly, I mean, you could have used jump. You could have used jump to get out. So what I would have done is I would have jumped over behind the bridge. So there's something you could have done to stay alive. Now obviously it didn't end up mattering, but you know, if you want to get more value and do more shit, you know, stuff like that, you know, being ready to jump out, it's, you know, all the time, it's a good thing. Okay, let's skip a little bit more. So utilizing your jumps better, that's honestly probably the biggest thing I'm noticing. Okay, I think you die here. Oh, no, you use your jump to get out. It's pretty good. Then I get fucked. Nice, you jump to high ground. Probably not the best dive in the world. Actually, definitely not the best dive in the world, just because we already down. So the dive wasn't bad. Now, obviously, after you know, gone in, you know, there wasn't much you could do.
Re-engaging.
Big bomb. Winston jumps in, we fuck him. Alright, you don't dive in. Good. Just go ahead and cap the point. Alright, now we go ahead and dive in. I was there too to dive in with you. And I bladed. This was a good primal too. This is the kind of primal you wanted to be doing, or you know, this was a good primal. Just you know, whatever, good primal. So yeah, you were down there a lot. Very good primal. You even went into cover for a second because of the McCree. It's good. All right, and then there's where you should have jumped out. So that was good, and you used jumps pretty good there. Now, one thing I noticed that you don't do much are short jumps. So actually, what I'd like to do is maybe play with you a little sometime and practice like short jumping for not only for damage, but you know, primaling. When you're primaling, short damage, or, you know, short jumps are, you know, really good a lot of the time. So hang on, I want to watch that one more time. Okay. So your jumps they're pretty accurate. but they're, you know, they're landing pretty well. They could be a little bit better. Okay, there's the bad mistake you made. You should have gone for different targets. That's fine. All right, let's go ahead. That's good enough. So your jumps were pretty decent there. Your primal usage was also good. Much better than on Oasis. So your monkey play here was pretty decent. Now obviously, like, there were things you could have done that on that map that would have you would have like given the team, like, you would have, you know, individually played quite a bit better and gotten a lot more done for the team. Because Winston can be quite a playmaker, especially in Diamond. You know, you could really do work with Winston, especially depending on the comp that they're running. So, okay, we'll do one more map, I think. There's Rialto, Kings Row, and Busan. Let's do Kings Row.
Now entering King Red.
Justice. I live for a good fight.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Check this out.
Some water again.
Mic off. Mic
Alright.
on.
Okay, pushed up pretty aggressively there, but so did they. You hold shield to stay alive. Oh, and then you die. Should have held shield there instead of. One thing that Super is like stupid good at is just holding his shield at the right times. You can watch, you know, and obviously he has off games where he makes mistakes, but at least, you know, in the games that have been really big, like the games against like Vancouver Titans and whatnot, he's just been so good, not only with his shatters, but holding his shield. He's really good about, you know, holding his shield at the right times. Oof. They had shatter pretty damn quickly there. We beated. You push him pretty aggressively, and then land the massive shatter. The bomb came in a little late from Daiko there to get value from that. Did she have that right as you shattered? Yes, she did. Okay, so when you shattered here, I don't know if Daiko was in a good position to bomb this. She was in a pretty good position to bomb this. Okay, she should have bombed instantly here. She should have just immediately thrown a bomb. So we definitely had, you know, could have had more opportunity to get value from this. So this was a good shatter, and we definitely could have followed up from this. So I don't really think this was on you. You know, in fact, I think Daiko here, this was more on Daiko than on you, because Daiko could have, if she had thrown in bomb immediately, we would have gotten probably like 3 kills there. But she waits 1 second, 2 seconds. She waited 2 seconds before she threw that in, and that's just too long. You have to do it immediately. We still get picks. We both use trans, but we're up 2. And we end up cleaning up. So overall, good fight. Could have, you know, the shatter could have been followed up better, but we get the picks. We win. Mistake that was made. Big shatter, you get the pin in. They don't have trans for that. Probably could have. Oh man, what the fuck was I doing? Hang on. Okay, so I'm like half health. Yeah, I'm half health here. Alright. I wasn't getting healed for one thing, but Donkey was also kind of low. You were kind of low. Jiro didn't put his orb. Where is Jiro? What is he doing? Oh, he's coming back from spawn. Damn! Both our supports are at fucking spawn. Oh my god. Okay. So this is just fucking on me. Hang on. Alright. So I should have been further back there, and I end up getting fucked at some point. I'm stupid low. I die. Okay, so that actually wasn't super stupid for me. I should have just been further back. But whatever. Donkey dies somehow there. Okay, they clean up. Alright, test or shatter. I don't think you've seen him use shatter once, so you gotta be thinking about him having shatter. So I think you get some good blocks this game too. Just need that 10 warm up. Wow. Oh my fucking god. He used it on Daiko. Oh. I didn't remember that. And then we were just like, we can fuck him, go! Go! And yeah, that was terrible. That's pretty funny. Oh man. Split spawns for the win. They push up faster. Okay, yeah, time to back up. You're backing up. You did a little bit of shield hopping there, which is good. Honestly, especially when you're playing against goats, you could do more shield hopping. That's something we'll go over. I know you do it sometimes, and I think you already know what it is, but a lot of the times you don't do it enough. Playing too far up here, I think. Shield hopping is something that most like really good Reinhardts do a lot. Hang on, let me watch that one more time. You're at 300 health, but it's not really that big of a deal. Okay, so you're right. Okay, so at this point, your shield's half. Pushing up like this is kind of a dumb idea. Yeah, you shouldn't have pushed up like that. You should have been playing corner. And then, did we get shattered? Yeah, we got shattered. Yeah, you should have been playing less aggressively there. You should have been playing around the corner and letting your shield charge up a little bit, saving your shield. So that was just, you're being too aggro. Big shatter. There Ryan dropped his shield stupidly, but big shatter. Oh yeah, be careful there. Okay, once again, you're pushing in too aggressively. When you have 200 health like that, back up. Hold your shield. Especially since we were up. Okay, actually no, we were down too. Oh well, hang on, hang on. Yeah, because we weren't able to kill the people off the shadow net. They did get beaten, so. Damn, did we get rolled here? Yeah, I think we did get rolled here. Oh!
I don't even know what to say about that. If you had known he had Shatter, but honestly, that probably would have happened to me and a lot of Ryans. Good swings. But there wasn't much you were gonna be able to do.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
Okay.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield.
I'll go ahead and I'll review this match and then I think that'll be it for now so the video isn't like super fucking long. Okay, pushing aggressively, but you're playing this really well. You're, you know, holding shield when you're low, not really going too aggressive. You were a little, you know, aggressive there. You know, you could have stayed back and gotten killed. But you actually played that better than you played a lot of these other fights where you were definitely playing too aggressive. Ryan's discorded. Push him. Oh, now you're discorded. We got fixed though. The shatter got blocked from my bubble. This was super scrappy. And then, yeah, we ended up regrouping. Alright, big shatter, big shatter, big shatter! Yeah. The only thing you may have considered not doing there, so you charged into them, alright, which obviously a lot of the time is a good idea, but like right here, okay, you ended up booping how many of them away? 4 of them. Yeah, you booped 4 of them away from us. So, you know, that really, you know, prevented us from doing a lot of follow-up damage. You didn't boop one of them. I think the Zen, maybe? No, the Zen is coming in. I forget. Maybe it was the Diva. I don't know. No, the Diva got booped. Most of them got booped. They double support ulted. You got fucked. So honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't have charged in. I would have just, you know, thrown in Fire Strike and swung. I don't know. Did you actually have Fire Strike there, or had you already used it? Hang on. Alright, you'd already used Fire Strike. Okay, so one thing, if you're planning on going for a shatter, sometimes it's good to you know, remember to say Fire Strike. Now, I don't think it really mattered there because it doesn't look like you were expecting necessarily to be in such a good position to get a shatter, because they're just like all fucking lined up here. The Ryan's just swinging, you know, and he was in the middle of Fire Strike animation, which means he couldn't pull up his shield, so they just got fucked here. What happened to Lucio? Man, we should have. I think what happened was we all pushed into the people that you had booped, and so we just like left the Lucio by himself there. Maybe that was it. And then he got out. And they beated and they trans. We beated and trans. We double support ulted. They double support ulted. Okay. Go ahead and let this play out. Alright, we end up winning. That was a good shatter though. That was a really good shatter. clearly warmed up more than you were on Oasis, especially on Ryan.
Escort the payload.
Pitching up, it's good. Taking space. Big block! I remember this block. That was a really good block. Hang on, I want to see this slower. Okay. So you have your shield here. I'm not even sure if you're thinking about whether he has shatter or not. You drop your shield. And then he goes to shatter. Yeah, this was just you having good reactions. And then bam! Fucking shield right as the shatter comes down. Baller ass shield.
That's the best you can do.
Dude, that was so good. You end up dying anyways, but you still had that block. I think they even win off of that. But still, that was a really good block. You know, you were pushed up a little aggressively, but the thing was you reacted to that. You know, you brought your shield up because you know you realized he was, you know, shattering right there. So that was really good. That was really good. Even though we lost the team fight, you were pushed up too aggressively. I'll give you that block. That was a really good block. Okay. So we go aggressive, I think, off the beat. Big shatter again. You were in a really good spot to get that off. And then Daiko followed up, got the bomb. How quickly did she react to that shatter? She bombed, I didn't see that. Okay. She had already thrown it out. Okay, so that bomb just went off, and bam, like right as they were getting up.
Not as young.
And then you just clean it. Yeah, you're just fucking cleaning up.
Barrier activated.
Enemy contact.
Big block again, reacting to the shatter.
Moving to payload. Join.
You are killing it here. Pushing up, nice. You back up. We back up. Diva bomb. Big shatter again. Dude, their Ryan was okay. So, you know, you're getting really big shatters. I will say the Ryan, especially on this map, was not paying attention to whether you had shatter or whether you were shattering. He was playing pretty aggressively. Now, I will say he definitely tends to play a little bit, you know, a little bit smarter with his aggression than you were playing, because you were playing a little bit too far up. But he was not thinking about when you had shatter, not trying to block it a lot of the time. He was just fucking going and swinging, and then you just bam, land a huge shatter. Now they did grab here, which prevented us from following up a lot. Or did they grab? Yeah, they did grab there. Okay, now he got a shatter there. You were holding shield though. Alright, so the grab comes out. We trans. Good support ults and whatnot. Okay, so when... Alright. Yeah, you had shield up. I think he only got me, maybe one other person. They didn't get any value from that. Good blocks.
is approaching its destination.
Cleaning up. Nice. Alright, and then we ended up finishing it out. I think we full held them.
Ready for battle.
God, how long has this video been? It's probably been a little over 2 hours. Okay, get a big pick. Ryan pushes up aggressively, gets a big shatter. Missed the pin, that's unfortunate. At least you know he doesn't have shatter though. Oof. Big oof. Watch this again real quick. Yeah, just pushed up a little aggressively. Should have backed up a little bit. And then they grabbed.
This is not over.
Alright. I think his shatter got blocked from the bubble there. Oh, oh yeah, I remember that. That sucked because we grabbed and that was a fucking huge shatter, but then right as we did that, 3 of us died. I'm not trying to review the whole game, so I won't really look at that right now. I'm just trying to see if you play for this part. Oh yeah, we get some big plays here. We ended up going to DPS now. Damn, what's your sense at? Oh my god. I mean, playing main tank with high sense is fine. Ooh, you were really... Okay, yeah. Just hold the shield. Bro, be careful! You have so little health. You gotta be careful.
Escort the payload.
Big block, dude. You get stunned out of shatter, which is unfortunate. should not have charged there on the health. Not gonna matter. But that was a really aggressive charge with only 100 something health. Big Leo. Big Leo is so aggressive with his Lucio. It kind of scares me. Oh my god, you hit 3 people with that fire strike. I think I die here. No, I die later. Looks like I'm gonna die. Oh my god, Figlio. Hang on, I want to see that. Where was he when he died? Okay, I got back. Okay, hold up. So Figlio is right there. It's a little aggressive, especially since they have McCree and a Diva, but yeah, he's fine right now. Okay, I'm just gonna here, hang on. I'm gonna go find Figlio. Whoa. Ho ho ho. Alright, let's watch this. Yeah, that's why, like, I don't really care for his positioning there, mostly because they're running double hit scan. You know, if they're running double hit scan, you gotta play a little more carefully as Lucio, because even if you're on the high ground right here, you know, McCree and Soldier can just fucking fuck you, basically. Wow, it says, I like how it says, Figlio's on the same team as them. Okay, whatever, that's something that I was just looking at, but hang on. Big bomb by Donkey. Oh, that was really unfortunate that you got antied there. You were in such a good position to ult too, but you're just so low. Couldn't really do anything about that. Ball time.
Score 5.
Alright, one more round. Let's just go back a little bit.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Bro, tell you what, I gotta pee so fucking bad. Hang on.
Defend objective A.
Mic off.
Oh.
Mic on.
Don't worry, my friend. I am your shield.
That goes on Sombra. They do have the Sorry, pushed up too far.
Let's get you healed up.
My EMP is almost charged. EMP activated. Fire at will.
Kind of unfortunate he charged away there while we EMP'd, but not gonna matter whatsoever. We were just fucking him there, and then you go for the quote-unquote bumper play. No, Anna. Okay, that was funny. I guess the bumper play comes later. Is this the bumper play? No.
Don't worry, my
60
friend.
seconds.
I am your shield.
Okay. Man, I was up so aggressively. Oh, the shatter! And then you block their shatter. Oh, and you missed the Anna.
I'll feel that in some more.
My EMP is charged.
30 seconds.
Oh, nice. Nice charge. Winston's dead.
Огонь по готовности.
Just swinging. Bro, they were so focused on trying to kill me, they completely ignored the point. It's really dumb. Okay, alright, I'm done reviewing the VODs for now. So I will say, you know, on Winston and Ryan both, positioning for you is definitely an issue. So on Ryan, you tend to play a little too aggressively. You tend to play too pushed up. You were definitely on King's Row really doing a good job of punishing the other Ryan's aggression, blocking his ults reactively. You know, you weren't doing a good job of calling his ults, but if you can react to his ults that fast, obviously that doesn't matter. Now, I think it's better because you'll just be a little more consistent to be, you know, calling his ults or thinking about his ults. I don't know if you were doing, you're just thinking about his ults. You probably were to at least some degree. And then on Rialto, you did really, really well. On also, you struggled quite a bit on Oasis. There's a lot of mistakes you made on Winston on Oasis. Or no, I didn't watch Rialto. I watched New Bonnie. New Bonnie, you did great as Reinhardt. On Winston, you did, you know, pretty decent. You know, you weren't really making any huge plays or anything like that. And I think if I'm remembering correctly, you made, yeah, you did make, like, a lot of your, like, jumps were kind of like, your jumps aren't bad. They just, you know, sometimes they could be better. What else? On Oasis, you struggled quite a bit with Ryan. You made a lot of mistakes as Winston. But later in the game, you definitely started having more impact, especially on the Ryan. You just were, one thing that you were consistently doing was playing too aggressively. So you were, you know, pushing into them when you only had 200 health, charging into them when you only had 150 health. Even if they didn't punish you for it, that's never something you really want to do. So yeah. Um, your Orisa was pretty good. I would just pay attention more to your cooldowns and use your abilities more. Use your mini grav a little bit more. Use your shield. Be watching your shield cooldown a little bit more. Your aim was pretty good, so that's fine. Um, so yeah, overall you could do well. Just work on positioning. Don't go too aggro. Um, and sometime I'd like to play with you a little bit with like Winston jumping. Because like one thing I noticed you weren't doing a huge amount was using your jump for extra damage. Like you would obviously, sometimes you would jump into the enemy team and do damage to them, you know, but you didn't seem to ever be using your jump solely to do damage. Like not to just, get to the enemy team or to an enemy, but like literally just to do damage. So just jumping straight up and on top of somebody to do 40 damage, meleeing them before you hit the ground, and then uh, doing more damage to them. And you can do a lot by doing that. So we'll have to do that, sometime and whatnot. And the other thing too is, you were doing really great at reactively blocking shatters, but once again, their Ryan was pushing up pretty aggressively and sometimes being more methodical with your with when the other Ryan has ult and trying to be a little bit more thinking a little bit more about blocking it instead of just reacting to it really quickly, can be better. Your shatters were really good. Granted, the other Reinhardt, especially on King's Row and some of the other maps, was pushing up really aggressively and not clearly not thinking about your shatter. So you got a lot of free shatters, but they were all really big. Um, so I think, well, in order to get a little bit of a more accurate take on your like Ryan overall, obviously, like, one game against one Reinhardt obviously is not a very good sample. I'll probably look at, a few more games against different Reinhardts to just get a better sample of your play overall. So yeah, but I'm sure that by watching this video you can get something out of it and, maybe do something. I don't know. All right. So, goodbye.